Hello everyone, thank you to Pamela for this first question, and this one is, could William become king sooner than expected? We have the Six of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Four of Swords, and the foundation card is the Ten of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles in the past, that shows that William has received a helping hand with his next stage. Now whether that is to become king or take over the duchy, he has received advice and help from Her Majesty the Queen, from Prince Charles, and it's to help him, to prepare him. I don't think, even though it's Pentacles, I don't think it's a financial help. It can also be given as advice. Pentacles can be someone's time. They've taken their time out to give you the advice and to help you. It's a generosity card, a card of giving. So in the past he has been gifted with advice to help him in his future role. The Emperor, that's the card right now, and that one of the keywords for that is sovereignty. And even though he is not king ordained, maybe he is being like a king behind the scenes, because the Queen is, I do firmly believe she has got all her faculties and she's doing very well, but she is 93 and she has to be wary of catching the virus, and she'll probably be self-isolating. Prince Charles, the reading I did for him last night, his health did not look too good. Maybe he's having to take a little bit of a rest, and William, it looks like he's taken over. The Emperor is the father figure. He represents parental affection. There are no weapons. He may be dressed with armour, but it's not armour for battle. It's just to represent his own status. He's looking over his children with fondness, and he wants things in his country to thrive. And of course, with the foundation card being the Ten of Pentacles, that would definitely to me represent he is doing all this for the monarchy. So could William become king sooner than expected? I don't know about sooner, but we certainly have very good cards, and cards that he is almost already king behind the scenes. But then we get the Four of Swords coming in the future position, and I really don't like that one at all, because in the future position it means that everything you're working for and the things he has achieved, the Emperor is a major card, all that he has achieved as the Emperor and before has come to a stop. There are several meanings for the Four of Swords. One other possibility is that if he does become king sooner than expected, the Four of Swords is the card after the Three of Swords, which is the grief, the suffering. So the Four is about grief and healing from that grief. And I do remember William saying in a TV documentary, and they made a big headline, William does not want to be king. He didn't say that at all. He said he doesn't look forward to becoming king because it means he has to suffer the death of his father, Prince Charles. Completely understandable. They just made a headline out of that. It was horrible. But that could be another interpretation of the Four of Swords, is that when he does become king, he feels grief over the death. We don't know how soon they're going to be as well, between Her Majesty the Queen and Prince Charles, and then William taking over. The Four of Swords, the other possibility for that is illness, and illness due to stress because of the swords. I really didn't like this card coming in a future position, so I asked for a couple of clarifying cards just for the Four of Swords, not for the entire reading, and they didn't make much sense either. We got the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. So the Two of Pentacles, if it was physical health, would be telling him to slow down, And for a physical health reading, the Knight of Swords is meant to be very good. He comes in with very positive, charging energy, but that's at a complete opposite to the stillness of the Four of Swords. So if it isn't a physical health combination, twos are to do with, the Two of Pentacles will be to do with multitasking, balance. Again, that could be to do with stress. But the Knight of Swords, if that is not William charging in with the energy, which it doesn't show that he has with the Four of Swords, it means the Knight is another person charging in for William. And that type of energy, especially as it's not coming in with any cups, any emotion, any positivity, I don't like the look of who that Knight of Swords could be. So I can expand on this reading later. It was not the reading I'd hoped to see. At the moment things are very good though, and as I've said before, things can change. We're going through an awful time at the moment with this outbreak. I'm hoping this can change because that was the future card. The next question was from Krys, who said, who takes over next? Now in my mind I had Prince Charles, and we got the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the World as the foundation card. So the Eight of Wands in the past shows that he has done much preparing with communication, a lot of travelling. He has got his PR ready, set and waiting. It's all good, it's all systems go. A very Eight of Wands, you do look for surrounding cards, but usually it's a very positive one showing things are moving and it's in the past, so he's set them in place in readiness to be king. It's a bit confusing having a queen there in the middle position, the current one. That could mean if it is Prince Charles, he's feeling more attuned with life. He's feeling maybe a bit, particularly with the virus, more empathy, wanting to be in touch with people. It also is a card of serenity and feeling calm. That goes a little bit it doesn't match with the health reading I did of him yesterday. And then we get the Ten of Swords. I don't know what it is about these future cards at the moment. The Ten of Swords coming in, that would look, if it isn't as it looks, it's certainly a grim finality. If it is not a physical ending, it could mean that when Prince Charles does become king, he could feel like a martyr. Other keywords for the Ten of Swords are betrayal, being stabbed in the back, either literally or figuratively. It is as bad a card as it looks, unless it is in the past position, in which case things can only get better. In this one, it's in the future position. And because we have the World as the foundation card, normally the World is a card very positive, of creation and beginnings and endings. In this reading, there are no beginnings. There's no aces. There's nothing to show that something has started, only two cards to show that something has finished and possibly will finish. Also, the World is a very slow turning one. The World is Saturn linked. The only other slightly positive thing I could think with the Ten of Swords is that maybe when he does become king, he might not feel as accepted and as loved as he feels he should be. And I've really been searching for positive meanings for these. I'm sorry they haven't come out positive. Again, if you'd like me to expand on these, ask a slightly different question. If you've any other interpretations of them, please let me know. Again, I hope you're all keeping very well. I won't focus on that card much longer. That one's better. I hope you're all keeping very well, and I'll speak to you soon. Many blessings, Elizabeth.